So now we're going to open up for a few minutes for questions. If you guys got questions, fire them away. This is like you got Coach 1 and Coach 2 just hooking you up right now. So if you've got any specific questions, great. I'm sure half of you guys are like dead asleep by now. It's been 2 hours, but
or you're in information overload. We get it. We just threw a lot of information at you. You're going to need time to process it. In the next 36 hours, this will all be up. I'm going to try and break it up by different sections so you're not trying to watch 2 hours all at once. You can watch it in 15 or 20-minute chunks. That's my goal, is to make it a lot easier for you to be able to watch it. So you can go back and watch. I remember they said something. I didn't get to take it down. Can you go over how you find out of stock items again, is Amy's question.
How to find out of stock items.
Meaning you want what I talked about earlier. If you go into Amazon and you actually go to list an item, and Seller Central, you are actually able to type in football bundles or Halloween bundles or Halloween chocolate. And in that, it will bring up the different things that other people have listed that are either in stock, not in stock. It will show you everything, any ASIN that's there. And you can go in and look at all of that and look at that. Yes, inventory, add a product search. Thanks, Amy, for adding that. Thanks to the other Amy. There's lots of Amy's here today.
Amy, all the great Amy's. Okay, so, just like I said, this is an opportunity to ask some questions. I know we've answered all your questions kind of throughout the show, but, we really appreciate you guys being here. And like I said, we're just here to help you. If you're not in the Mommy Income group, I feel like everyone here probably is. But if you're not in our Mommy Income Facebook group, we have a private secret Facebook group, and you can only get in by invite. You guys, of course, are all invited if you're not in already. Send us a private message to say, hey, I want to be in your group. I took the Q4 class. It was great, or it sucked, or whatever it is you're going to say. And we'd love to have you as part of the group, because we continue these conversations. People get sparked with these ideas and they want to ask in the Facebook group. And that's why we keep it small and private. There's no spammers. We're not sharing bolos with 5,000 people or whatever. Not that I'm against that. I'm just saying that it's just a smaller private group so that you can really ask questions. There's no dumb questions. There's no silly questions. There's no such thing as I'm such a newbie, I'm scared to ask this question. No, we want to help you because we've been there and done that. We've fallen on our faces. We've picked ourselves back up. We've bought bad buys. We've had tax questions. We've done all that. So we really want to help you. So please come into the Facebook group if you're not in there. Just send us a private message and let us know. Is there still time to get ungated and sell in grocery in time for Q4? The answer to that is yes, yes, and yes. The way to get ungated in grocery is to have 3 separate invoices with about 20 items on each invoice from a legitimate wholesaling grocery company. I will name you a few. Jelly Belly is a candy company. They will sell you wholesale, and their minimum order is about $150 or $200. So that's one right there. What are a couple other ones? I would also suggest ask local. Google local grocery wholesale. For example, in Michigan, Saunders, and some people say Saunders Hot Fudge, is local to us. It's like a half an hour from my house, and you can literally open a wholesale account with them. You can order a couple of cases of Saunders, and it doesn't have to be for FBA. They just want to see that you have a wholesale grocery account, and once you're in, you're in. So go somewhere local. They make a product around you somewhere or somehow that you can get, and they also make around us, they have the Better Made potato chips. Like, I'm not going to sell potato chips on FBA because they will get crushed and ruined, and it's not cool, but they are local to us. So I can go there and get an account with them, and I can order 3 cases of Better Made potato chips, and then we can eat them, but then I can send them in. Make sure you're buying it in your business name, and it has your business name and business address on it. It doesn't have to be your storefront name, but whatever your tax ID business name comes in. So if you're like, XYZ Bundles LLC, then make sure your name and XYZ LL Bundles is on the invoice that they give you. Make sure that that's all they want. They want an invoice from a wholesaler. They want 3, and they want it not personal quantity. So my number is 20. I think 20 of an item. So not necessarily 20 cases, but like at least 20 units. So if you get like 3 cases of 12, you're going to spend some money. That's how it's going to work. But I think it's totally plenty of time, and it's all about how fast you do it. You could go tomorrow and buy all 3 things from 3 different wholesalers and send your invoices in and get ungated immediately. It's all about the work and time you put in, but it might cost you a bit. That's all I have to say about ungating.
Yeah, it's as with anything with Amazon, follow their rules, follow their guidelines, and they're going to help you grow your business. If you don't follow their rules and their guidelines, you're going to spin your wheels a little bit. So pay attention to what they're asking from you and make sure that's what you are getting.
Michelle asked, do you have to put an ASIN on the invoice like you used to? You can. More information is better, but they don't necessarily, as far as I know, from people I've talked to that get people ungated and have talked about ungating, that's just what they're requiring right now. They don't even want to see the price that you're paying for items. They want that blanked out. They just want to see that you're buying legitimate groceries from legitimate wholesaler. And so there is wholesalers around you. There have been people that have been rejected for whatever reasons without ASINs or invoices, and just, okay. So Vicky said she got ungated without ASINs or invoices just 2 weeks ago. You guys, I hate to break it to you, but Seller Central doesn't know their ass from their elbow half the time. I mean, that's just me being real. I can tell you these things now and you can do exactly what I say, and your Seller Central person, your seller support person will say, no, sorry, you're not ungated. And then Joe Schmo's person can say, yes, you are ungated. So this is just what I've heard that's been kind of tried and true. Retail receipts are, as far as I know, are being more often rejected. They're not accepting Walmart's receipts and all that kind of stuff. So buy from a legitimate wholesale somewhere. So even a website is iffy.
Right. And somebody said here, resubmit. If you get rejected once, don't give up there, because that's not the final say. I've had people resubmit 20 times. Now, grocery has become a little more lax than it was now that they've figured out exactly what they want. There was a time period there where it was really, really difficult to get into grocery and health and personal care and beauty. We're starting to see that shift a little bit. So take advantage of it and find the wholesale, like the health and personal care. There's a lot of them out there. I don't know any because I don't carry health and personal care items at all.
Okay. How about wholesalers for health and beauty and personal care? Do you know any or use any? Also, based on the delays with Amazon checking in shipments, do you recommend merchant fulfill early in December? I recommend, with the delays, it's just about getting stuff early. So getting stuff in early, you can be fine with that. With just getting into wholesale, there's been a couple questions in here about different wholesalers. I gave you all the wholesalers that I'm willing to give away. I'm not giving you all of my wholesalers. Why? Because it takes a lot of time and energy to find them, but that's why we teach the wholesale class, because in the wholesale class, we teach people how to find wholesalers for themselves within their own niche. It's more difficult. Okay, for example, health and beauty, I'll give you a method, not necessarily like, I'm not going to sit here and name you 500 different wholesalers. I mean, I could, but I want you to learn the process, because if you learn the process, you can repeat it over and over and over again. If I just give you a wholesaler, you'll Google that wholesaler and you won't do any work. So I really want you to do the work to find the wholesalers, because then you can do it over and over and over again. So if you want health and personal care wholesaler, try to find a smaller company, because Amazon doesn't care how big the company is. They just want them to be legit. So find a smaller company that's making maybe their own private label products or whatever, and they have a legit business and they're selling something, and they're maybe on Amazon or maybe they're not. But you're not going to go to Johnson & Johnson and get a wholesale account like right away. They're going to want you to spend thousands of dollars. But smaller, more niche companies, maybe like African American hair care, there's tons of lines of those things. And a lot of them are smaller home-based companies, or even bigger companies that say maybe have 100 employees or something like that. And, they do a couple $1 million a year. check with smaller wholesale companies like that and see if you can get an account with them, because then that's your invoice to get ungated in health and personal care. And it doesn't hurt you to say, hey, Amazon, such and such hair care company gave me their exclusive and they said I could sell their product exclusively on Amazon. Here's my wholesale invoice. I'd like to carry their product. That might take you a long way. It might not, depending on what rep you get. But I don't say that to be rude, and not that I'm going to hand you a list of wholesalers. In the wholesale class, there is actually a list of 65 legitimate wholesalers that you can choose from in all kinds of categories. But it's in our wholesale class on purpose, because you need to go through the process of how you find them, how you communicate with them, how you talk to them, because they don't approve everybody. I've got my own, this is my newest wholesale account paperwork that I'm filling out right this second, because I found a product and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest. But it's a process. And so I go through the hoops, I jump through the process. They're going to call me as soon as I fax that in, and they're going to want to talk to me about what kind of business I have. And so in the wholesale class, we teach about all those things as well. And it's just more than we can really share with you in this Q4 class.
Yeah. Don't let things that don't go the right way the first time be a stopping point for you. I've been having real difficulty getting a wholesaler to ship to me this past couple of weeks, and I've been getting really frustrated. You can ask Kristen; she's heard a lot about it. And because they won't ship to residential, I run my business out of my home, so I don't have another option. Well, I opened up a UPS store account today so that I can now get all of my stuff shipped to a UPS store. So now I have a business address where they can ship all of my product to. So I didn't let that stopping point. I've been sitting here racking my brain. We've been going back and forth with all sorts of different kinds of ideas to how I can make this happen, and for the easiest way for everybody involved.
Right.
So don't give up.
Yeah. Don't give up, and just don't quit, and just make sure you're doing a process and keep getting a hold of the wholesalers and seeing what's legit. I think the number one problem people have with wholesale is they think of it backwards. They're like, oh, I want to get a wholesale product for baby blankets or something like that. And then they get this wholesale account, and then they get these catalogs, whether it's PDF or a whole catalog. And they're like, there's 5,000 products in here. How do I know? And how do I go through and whatever? And that's kind of backwards. We do it the other way around. We find a product that we want to sell, and then we go to the wholesaler and we want to sell that product. And then once that product does well, we look for other things that they carry as well. And then we start making bundles, and then we live happily ever after at the end. No, it's not that simple. Well, it is that simple, but it just takes some time and some learning. So don't put the cart before the horse. Find some products that you really think you want to sell based on your research on Amazon, and then go to the wholesaler from there. And with that, we're done talking about wholesale, and we're done with your time. It's 11:15 p.m. In the Eastern Standard Time over here, which means bedtime for me. So it was so great to see everybody here. I'm so glad that you guys signed up, and I hope you have a ton of notes. Amy and I are going to tweak our notes a little bit, but then you can have these, because why not? And then you can have these to print out for when you need them for your rewatching your Q4 class or whatever. And you can have a copy of all this. This isn't secret. It's just for all you guys to share. And you'll get the calendar that we talked about. You're going to need the calendar, and you're going to need the mini BOLO list. Don't get too excited about the BOLO list, because we don't hand feed you everything. We have a few specific items, but then after that, you're going to have to do a little bit of research and digging on your own, but you guys are going to have some fun. The holiday calendar, it's not a complete year. It's just the Q4 holiday action calendar, and it'll tell you some of the things of the dates to ship stuff in by and things like that. So look for that download in the email. It will come with the replay. When will the replay be up?
Replay will be up within the next 36 hours. You will all, you got a login email from the class, you will get an announcement coming to your email letting you know when it is live, and then you can just come into Mommy Income and log in and get it all there. You can, once that's up, ask questions below the videos. You can also PM us. You can also ask us in the Facebook group as well. Marsha wants to know when the next webinar is.
Well, I'm not sure. Well, we always do a free show every Monday. Not this Monday. It's going to be Labor Day, so we're taking the day off. But the next live show that's free will be on September 12th. But our actual next teaching webinar, we know we're doing one for Black Friday. The date is not quite set yet, but like Black Friday strategies, both online, mostly RA strategies for Black Friday. We're teaching that with Stephen Smotherman. We wrote a book last year about it and had a class, and it was phenomenal. And people made a lot of money from the class. So we're going to definitely repeat the Black Friday class. And that will be in November, but it's to be announced.
And I will say that if there are things that you guys want to learn about and we don't have a class or offer anything or haven't done a Mommy Income Live on it, let us know. We need feedback from you so that we can provide you with the content and the information that you need to grow your business. So let us know. Send us a message saying, I'm struggling with this. Check out the classes that we have on mommyincome.com and see what we do offer. But if there's a particular thing you're struggling with, let us know. We are here to help you grow your business and design a life that you love.
Absolutely. That's what we're about. So again, thank you so much for 2+ hours of your time. It's been great. And I hope you've got everything you need to do an amazing Q4 and meet us in the Facebook group. We love to have you guys there. I'm so glad that you joined us to say, I know that you guys could deposit your coins and anybody else really appreciate that you support Mommy Income and that we are here to just help you get those coins back and then some. So again, thanks so much.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a successful Q4. We will talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.